Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome your faces to another Little Nightmares video. Now, this video isn't scripted, it's off the back of something I've just learned and just read, and I want to share with everyone else because it's going to impact Little Nightmares in the future and what happens with it. Well, it might not impact it too much. So again, it's unscripted, I'm just going off on a tangent, but join me in this tangent and let's discuss what has recently happened. So, we know Tarsier Studios has been acquired by Embracer, and we've known that for a while in 2019, and Tarsier Studio was contracted or under some agreement to make Little Nightmares 2. It's come to the point now where IGN did a report on it on the 18th of February, I believe, and they've recently updated it on the February 19th, and they basically have said, you know, where is Tarsier going with Little Nightmares? Are they going to continue developing? Are they going to be involved at all? Does that count for Dave's story lore of everything? Just the whole works. Everything was up in the air. No one knew what was really going on. Apart from obviously the big dogs and behind the scenes and, you know, who's flipping the contracts, who's making the pays and whatnot. So Embracer, Tarsier, Bandai, you know, they know what's going on, but we don't. But in short, ladies and gentlemen, it has been confirmed that Tarsier Studios has no longer or is no longer going to be working on Little Nightmares. It's safe to say we have an article here where they basically ask any comments from Embracer, Tarsier and Bandai, and they got a response. So Joe Scribbles, I think is his name, who did the report, and he got a response, and it came from the CEO of Tarsier Studios, which kind of, if you're a Little Nightmares fan or a Tarsier fan, I mean, it kind of hurts in both ways. But he did make a response, and he made the response very clear. Now, I'm going to quickly read it for you. Again, unscripted. Anything can happen in these unscripted videos, so be warned. But he says, and as a response to the question from Joe Scribbles, for the last 6 years, our mission at Tarsier Studios has been to create mesmerizing worlds. Little Nightmares was our first attempt and was a huge success. I personally love how Little Nightmares has gathered fans around the world over the course of the last 4 years, from the fan art, extensive fan theories, and genuine reactions. It all has been amazing to witness. Our collaboration with Bandai Namco Entertainment Europe has been extremely satisfying. They listened to our creative vision, took our crazy ideas and ambitions to heart. That being said, it is a bittersweet to announce that we are leaving the world of Little Nightmares behind us. Little Nightmares will always be dear to us at the studio. Since being acquired by the Embracer Group in December 2019, it is now time for us to embark on a new chapter, creating new IPs and explore new worlds. Personally, I am very excited to see what our studio creates and counting down the days until we can welcome our fans. And those are the words of Andreas Johansson, I think I pronounced that right, the CEO of Tarsier. And what does that mean now, ladies and gentlemen? It means Tarsier are done. I really doubt that from what I saw from the Embracer sort of conferencey thingy, I don't know what the actual term is called, but they did like a report of their third quarter, and they basically said they want Tarsier now to focus on IPs, so their own new IPs. Now, originally, I believe, and I'm not right, and I'm no lawyer, and I'm no law student, so if anyone is, let us know in the comments below, and let's really find out what, you know, all the niggles and bits that, you know, we don't know fully, but if you can explain that, that'd be great. But what's happened is when Bandai and Tarsier went into the agreement for the Little Nightmares originally, I think part of the agreement was for Bandai to take ownership over the IP. Now, the IP is intellectual property, and that being Little Nightmares and everything Little Nightmares. So, as it stands at the moment, Bandai absolutely own everything in that regard, and now Tarsier are walking away. Now, I don't know if this is a problematic situation. I don't think it is. I think it's handshakes all round. It's been a good laugh, lads. Let's get rocking with the next project type thing, because there's been no ill will, I doubt, and we have seen on social media a lot that, you know, they're they're there, they're present, there's communication, you know. It appears they've had a good partnership, and like it even Johansson said, they had a good partnership. So that's an interesting thought, and the fact that we are now not going to see Tarsier have any involvement in the next Little Nightmares is quite uncomfortable for me. I mean, it's going to be one of those things where, does the fan base follow the studios that initially make it as it was made, or can now Bandai make it the way we all know and love, or bring some kind of difference to the table? And Bandai have an absolute fantastic team. I mean, producer Lucs, for example, top chap. He's really on the ball. He knows the community, and so far so good, I must admit. And we've had some good reviews on Little Nightmares too. So in all sense, it seems like it would be a good idea to continue. Now, I personally believe there will be a DLC to follow Little Nightmares 2. I don't know why, I just have an inkling, and I've had this inkling for a while. Especially, it must be because I reckon, for me personally, it was the amount of promotional material that went into the release of Little Nightmares 2. They really were backing the project. So, I think, with that being said, Bandai are really ready to take on Little Nightmares. And it's not like they won't be able to, because Bandai is an absolute fantastic company. On the other hand of that, though, we don't know if the new studio that actually takes on Little Nightmares, and that's a big if, because it still might not happen, and we don't know if that will be any good, if it will be received well. I mean, all due respect, Very Little Nightmares was actually created by a different studio. They had help from Tarsier employees, of course, but it was created from a different studio, and the game was pretty good. It was still one of the greatest apps. I think it won a few awards, to be sure. But with that being said, let's move on. So going back to the whole licensing and IP, there is a possibility that Tarsier could, I suppose, still work on Little Nightmares, but I doubt they will. I mean, the only way they probably could is if they buy some sort of licensing rights. So, well, technically, Embracer would have to actually buy those licensing rights from Bandai, but I doubt that would happen. I think they're very much focused on continuing their journey to Tarsier. The only thing I really find interesting is that when Bandai acquired the IP for Little Nightmares, did they acquire the story, the lore? Do they get a free Dave Mervitt with every purchase, you know? Because that story must be with Dave. Now, whether Dave has still an input with Bandai about the story, that's something I would like to see confirmed at least, but at the moment, we don't really know. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you didn't enjoy this video, because I must admit, I'm not too happy with it. I mean, again, move on. You know, it's one of those things where it just depends where it goes. Hats off to Bandai. They've done a great job of joining on and continuing Little Nightmares and providing us all what we love about Little Nightmares. So, again, hats off to the Bandai team. And again, hats off to the Tarsier team for making it in the first place. It is a sour goodbye. But with it being said, you know, I wish them luck. I hope to see, and I am super excited to see what Tarsier do in the future, especially with Little Nightmares under their helmet, Little Big Planet, and everything in between. And Static, for one, by the way. Static was actually a really good game that just didn't get enough eyes on it, I don't think. But I am super intrigued to see where Tarsier are going to go after this. They've got the financial backing now. They've got an amazing team, gorgeous art, and story designs are out of this world. And, you know, again, just really excited to see what they can come up with. And I am going to say it on the video, I absolutely trust Bandai. I know it seems a bit odd, but Bandai seem to know what they're doing. They know the source material, and I think they're going to know where to go with it. So it just remains to be seen where it goes from here, but I'm really excited for Tarsier. Good luck with them. Good luck to Bandai with the whole Little Nightmares 2. I think, and however further this goes, I think it will go a little bit further. But it won't. Don't let it dishearten you. Just because it's a different studio that might make the new ones. Open them. Welcome them with open heart. Welcome them with open arms. Let's not just worry because it's a completely different studio Bandai would have to do their research to get the right studio to get involved. I mean, look what they did for Very Little Nightmares, and they did it well, you've got to admit. So, with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to thank you for watching this absolutely kerfuffle of a video. It was really last second. I've just heard the news. I must admit, I feel like some people want a bit more of an explanation about it. But here we go. That was the attempt. Any questions, I will try and answer below. But with that being said, I'd like to thank the members of the channel for the extra support. It really goes a long way. And thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for watching this video. And remember to hit subscribe and like if you would like to keep up to date with any Little Nightmares 2 content. And remember, I'm always open to ideas down below with different games in theory. So, with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I wish you the best morning, day, or night, wherever you are in the world. See you all in the next Little Nightmares theory video. Oh, and stay safe. Bye.